Check, check. All right, we're good. Okay. Okay. All right, so 5 tornadoes, 14 winds. What's going on, guys? Go live chat. What is going on? All right, we've got lots of stuff to go over right now. We've got tornado warnings in and around central eastern Mississippi, around Columbus, headed out towards... What the heck? Disconnect it. Okay, I think we're reconnected. Headed out towards Reform and Gordo, Alabama. We've got a tornado warning heading out towards Utah, Union, Moundville, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We got to keep our eye on that. We have a tornado warning. We'll have to see. Let's see what we're looking at here. This is an observed tornado heading towards Meridian, Mississippi right now, and there it is. You can see it actually. This is probably it right here. So dangerous. Let's see if our storm chasers have it.
I'm going to the south.
Not there. Let's see here.
I mean, that's the couplet.
All right. Let's see. Do we have a correlation coefficient? This may be it right here. So this is a dangerous one heading towards Meridian. I think this one has been long track as well. Let's look back here. This looks like a tornado signature here. I think the radar is off in the wrong spot. You have your tornado warnings up here. That looks like a tornado right there as well. Headed up towards Bassfield and Collins, Mississippi, right to the south of Monticello. And let's see if we can see that rotation on the reflectivity. If we can see the rotation on the reflectivity right here. There it is. Right here. So lots of stuff going on. Down to the south. Not much to talk about. Let's get a better radar look down here. We could get some spin-ups down to the south. We've got a tornado warning up here. Where's the latest one? There we go. This tornado warning dropped off. This is now severe thunderstorm warning. This is up in northern Alabama, just out to the east of Florence, heading towards Athens. Considerable damage threat, 6-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible, and golf ball size hail. So lots going on up there as well. Let me really quickly before I get the chat, guys. Sam, what's going on? Same. Praying everyone's safe. Right before I get back to chat, let's take a look at some of these storm chasers. See if we got anything. They're out. Tornado chasers out here trying to get this. This guy's close to this tornado on the ground right here, I think.
These storms intercepting Meridian.
Okay. All right. All right, let's keep this moving. For some reason it says my TikTok keeps disconnecting, and I'm not sure why. Are you guys seeing my on the TikTok side, are you seeing it disconnecting? Let me know real quick, and then I'm going to start answering chat questions. Lagging bad? That's weird. I have good connection here. I'm not seeing bad connection on the YouTube side, only on the TikTok side. I wonder if that's a TikTok issue. Let me check my stream real quick, guys. Give me a second. And then I'll start answering chat's questions. All right, where is this one here? Particularly dangerous situation. Covington, Mississippi, Jefferson Davis, Mississippi, and Jones, Mississippi. Right here, PDS. Particularly dangerous situation. This is the worst of the tornadoes right here. according to the SBC. So let's take a look at the reflectivity down here. So we have this heading up to the north. This is going to be this. So the radar Omega is lagging. This is actually up here right now, about to head through Collins, Mississippi, right up towards Taylorsville and Laurel. Okay. So get in your safe spot now. Bottom floor of your house, interior, or in a storm shelter. The radar Omega is lagging a little bit today, maybe because a lot of people are using it, but that is right here. You could see it when it was skipping at the end of that. This thing is right about here, heading straight into Collins. You can't hear me anymore? TikTok, can you hear me? Someone said they can't hear me anymore. I saw the radar for Ohio around 5 or 6, and it looks nasty. It looks nasty, but not for severe EF2 plus tornadoes. Just a lot of thunderstorms. But it's not impossible to get a tornado on the ground up there. You can hear me? Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate any follows or subs. I appreciate you guys. You're good here? Cool. Thanks. Thanks, like. Well, I shut my volume off for a second. I turned my thing off. Yeah. Oh, weird. Weird. Okay. Yeah, so I was just going to pull up my stream really quickly just on here on my other account just to make sure it's looking good on my side. I don't want to be doing this while it's lagging too bad, so I'm just checking really quickly for you guys. Let's see. I can pull up my own stream. No, it's good. Doing good for me. Okay. All right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that happened. A couple times it was shutting off and shutting on. All right, let's get into this. Let me make sure I have all my other applications closed that may be slowing this down as well so that we can get a good stream. I'm wired into 1,000 meg internet, so there's no faster internet you could have. So that's why I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm straight plugged into the router. You get better speed that way. All right, let's answer some questions. How many active tornadoes? Well, right now we have about 8 tornado warned storms. So you have an observed tornado, Lauderdale, Mississippi, and Newton, Mississippi, and the surrounding areas. I'd get in your safe spot. Observed tornado, Smith, Mississippi, Covington, Mississippi, Jones, Mississippi, in and around that area with some hail as well. Another observed tornado, Jasper, Mississippi, Clark, Mississippi, and another observed particularly dangerous situation, Covington, Mississippi, Jefferson Davis, Mississippi, and Jones, Mississippi. These others are radar indicated, but you still need to take seriously. Kemper, Mississippi. Noxubee, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Lowndes, Mississippi, if you're in that area. Another radar indicated in Sumter, Alabama, Greene, Alabama, and another radar indicated in Jefferson Davis, Mississippi, Lawrence, Mississippi, and Marion, Mississippi. So that's what's going on with that. I mean, these are lining up now. Let's take a look at our bigger radar here. Just want to make sure we're seeing everything. I'm nervous about getting a spin up from one of these things down here close to New Orleans. I know things are going on down there today. How's South Alabama going to look tonight? It's going to look sketchy. I'm not going to lie to you. You're in a moderate hatch, meaning you could get strong EF2 plus, EF3, EF4 tornadoes, long track. So this is radar Omega. Backwoods, what's going on? So that we do need to, all of Alabama through tonight. There's not really going to be, we got to wait until about early hours into Sunday when this stuff starts moving out into Georgia. Late tonight it's going to move into Georgia as well. This is Radar Omega. It's the app I'm using. Is anyone else's Radar Omega telling them different things than others? What's good and bad about Radar Omega is we've got so many people on it. But now I think it's when you have these big major events and everyone and their grandma wants to be a weather influencer on TikTok and on YouTube and everything, you get this, their servers get slammed and it causes latency, I think. So there's a little bit of lag in some of these, but it's okay. I can tell what's going on still. So you can tell the direction. For instance, here, when we go to our reflectivity, I can tell this is lagging behind. You can compare, you can see it skipping around. It shows there's a tornado here, but if you compare this to the reflectivity, which isn't having as bad, and we look at the rotation here, actually you can see this right here is a concern. That looks like this is a little bit of a hook and you have inflow right there. But you just want to look ahead. These can be long tracks, so you should be paying attention to everywhere in here. Bay Springs, Chunky, Meridian, all of these areas of Mississippi right now. This thing is wrapping around here. This is observed. This guy's very close to the tornado.
That was previously all the way
I'm trying to see if you can see it. This guy's very close. According to the radar. Yeah. And this person's right out ahead of it too. Ooh. Big lag. He's probably getting. I think he's in the hail core. This is probably hail. This whole thing right here is probably hail. Let's take a look at our correlation coefficient for this. It's messy, but you can see darker reds in here. I think we probably have some hail in there. All right. What's going on up here? Sketchy looking little storm up here near Fayette, Alabama. Knoxville, Tennessee. These storms are going to be coming in later in the day. You still got a little bit of time. Here's an issue. You had all this moisture clear out, and now your instability is going to increase out ahead here. You'll have some time for the temperatures to rise and the instability to increase here. So that's why you've got this hatch all the way up into Knoxville. So anywhere in this hatch area, guys, you could still see EF2 plus tornado down there to the Gulf as well. This is the most dangerous part of the storm, and this is going to be ongoing for a while. But then again, this whole area you could see EF2 plus. This is our hatched area. Yep, don't be scared, just be prepared. Like I always say, there was 100 tornadoes yesterday, about 100 tornado warned tornadoes yesterday. 99.9999% of people, even in the path of those tornadoes, aren't going to see it, aren't going to be affected. But it's very ill-advised to not be paying attention if you're in this area. You should be paying attention and have a plan. Most importantly, have a plan, because you'll get a 30-40 minute heads up if or more. If a strong tornado is heading towards you, that's more than enough time to react and make sure you're safe. So just make sure you have a plan. You'll be perfectly fine. Another severe thunderstorm warning up here. Let me close this out and reopen it because there's a little bit of lag on it. I want to make sure my alerts are working. Another tornado warning storm or severe thunderstorm warning up here. This is kind of just to the south of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, headed up to the northeast towards Mickmanville. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me make sure my settings are on right so that all this is ringing when it should be. We have a really strong storm on the ground. Tornado emergency issued. There was a tornado emergency issued earlier today already. Yep. And there was one yesterday. Yep. What's going on, Celine, Sam, Megan? Let me just make sure my settings are here so that we'll get our... We want to make sure we're getting these sounds. Okay, all my settings are on. I don't really care about special weather statement, special marine warning right now. Flash flood warning, severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, we want all that. And let's make sure we've got our alarms on. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Red flag warnings. We can turn these on. We have some back there. Extreme fire danger. We can turn these on here. Sound alarm. Let me make sure this is all set up for you guys. Sound alarm. Let's put this back to 20 seconds. Almost done. Sorry, guys. Okay. Because we have red flag warnings. You can see back here. This is all fire warnings right here. Strong winds whipping through here. There was tractor trailers being blown over in Oklahoma earlier in the day. So we've got some fire warnings out ahead of here as well. Red flag. All right. I think we still have a PDS. Will this come to Virginia? Yes, it'll be a little bit weaker. It'll be more QLCS Weaker tornadoes, squall line associated tornadoes are typically weaker, but you can still get some strong weather, some severe weather out there in Virginia tomorrow. So we'll go over that in a second. Still an observed tornado here. I think that they take the PDS. They still have a PDS on down here. Okay, so let's talk about this one really quickly before I answer questions, because this is people's lives we're talking about here. All right. PDS, particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warning heading straight towards Collins, up towards Taylorsville and Sandersville. Taylorsville's been close to a lot of these tornadoes today. Here it is. Let's see if we can get this thing. Okay, here it is. Really, really, really strong tornado. Looks like it just moved over. It's to the northeast of Columbia. What are these velocities? Hold up one second, guys. 108 miles per hour. All right. This is a strong tornado here. Let's look at our correlation coefficient. There it is. All right. So, very dangerous situation again here. We have a tornado on the ground. Right, just moved past Columbia. And headed up towards, let's see. Still an observed tornado over Taylorsville. Looks like they may have taken this out ahead here. I'm not sure why. We could be having radar issues. Some of these radar issues we're having are frustrating, but this still does look like a tornado on the ground. You can see it in the radar as well. You can see the spin right here, or at least a funnel cloud, but it looks like this is probably still on the ground heading up to the northeast towards Summerall and Seminary and Collins. So this might get extended again. That's Mississippi. Considerable, okay, observed flash flood warnings all up through here. All up behind the system. As the squall line moves through, you're going to have flash flood watches or warnings behind most of this frontal boundary. Let's go back to MMRS. There we go. Florida clear, just wondering. The panhandle of Florida is not from Pensacola all the way out to Tallahassee. You're in a hatched warning tonight, so you could get EF2 plus strong tornadoes. And then tomorrow we have a slight risk that moves down into central Florida, where we could see some damaging winds, hail, and maybe a tornado or two. Weaker, but we could see some. Venom, Titus, Backwoods, what's going on, guys? Is it going to be weakened when it hits northwest Georgia? It's going to be slightly weakened, but you could still get extremely powerful wedge tornadoes up there. So I don't want to tell people, yeah, it's not going to be as significant. Listen, you're in a moderate hatch risk up here in northwestern Georgia. That's what we were in yesterday when we saw 95 tornado warned storms and a tornado emergency. So don't take this lightly. Be prepared. Understand what's going on. The most intense portion of today is right now through the next 3 hours through portions of Mississippi and Alabama. Yes, but it's slightly less dangerous out here, but barely. I mean, you got to be prepared and have your weather alerts on out here, okay? Nothing to be scared about, but because, again, 99.9999% of people aren't going to see the tornado, aren't going to be affected, even when you're in the way of a tornado outbreak. But I don't want to downplay Georgia because we still could see some dangerous conditions in Georgia. Including Atlanta, yes. Atlanta area. Severe thunderstorm warning up in Indiana. Not showing it on my map here. Why does it seem extra quiet in this room? Why does it seem extra quiet? Give me a second, guys. Mesoscale discussion. A sparse instance of hail, strong gusts, or a brief tornado cannot be ruled out of portions of central to northern Indiana and northwestern Ohio into south and eastern Michigan. Let me pull this up for you guys. If you guys can see that on YouTube, I'll pull it up so you can see it a little bigger on YouTube really quickly. Mesoscale discussion. Did you see this region right here? Large hail, strong winds, and maybe a tornado or two are still possible in this region. You can see from Indianapolis down here up to Lafayette, Warsaw, Coldwater, Ann Arbor, all the way down to Findlay, Toledo, Richmond, potentially over towards Columbus. So some dangerous weather is pushing up into that region. So be aware of that. That's our latest mesoscale discussion. Let me look back here and see what's new. All right, portions of damaging gusts and QLCS tornado threat persistent across. Let's take a look from the SBC. Persistent across Lawrenceburg, Fayetteville. You can see up Suwanee, up to McMinnville, Crossville, Carthage, Nashville, Franklin. So you might not even get a tornado out of this, but damaging winds and QLCS tornado, QLCS quasi-linear convective system. That's just a tornado in a squall line. But the QLCS is what is going to bring with it damaging gusts. So you could have 75 plus mile per hour winds with the squall line, with the QLCS squall line. So this whole area, understand that's going on as well too. All right, let's push back to Radar Omega. We just had some updates. Let's get back there. Okay, we are back. Let's see here. We've got a tornado warning. Extend it up towards radar. Detect it up towards Tuscaloosa, just to the northwest. Oh! Well, let's look. This could just be... This looks like it's trying to hook. I hope this is just a different cell chasing. I hope this is just a different cell chasing. Let's see. We don't have a good radar. There it is. There's probably a tornado on the ground right here. It says radar indicated, but there's probably a tornado on the ground right there. Some good rotation in the funnel cloud. So look at that. There it is. Let's go to, can we get any correlation? There it is. This could be a big tornado on the ground right now. They might want to, this is a really, really dangerous situation here. Heading straight towards Gordo, Alabama, Coker, Alabama, and just to the north. Hopefully this passes to the, it looks like it's going to head off to the north of Tuscaloosa. This is a huge, I think this is a hail signature right now, not a debris signature, because it's so widespread like this. Typically, if it's a tornado signature, it's going to be much smaller like this, and much more cylindrical, circular, whatever you want to call it. But there's a hook starting to develop here, and a decent amount of inflow. And I think this is a very dangerous, this I think needs to be updated to a PDS. Huge hail about to go over Aliceville, Alabama as well. I think this needs to be upgraded to a PDS, guys. Just out to the west of Utah. Again, heading towards Coker, Gordo, just to the northwest of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That looks like a very, very strong storm. Let me see. I'm sure Matt's on this. One second. Looks like storm west of Tuscaloosa. Let's see what he says. It looks like the storm west of Tuscaloosa should go PDS. I think it should. Let's take another look. This correlation coefficient has got me nervous. There's the tornado right there. One second, guys. Let me just take a look at a couple different things on the radar. Lots of turbulence there. Look, you can see the wrapping of this right here. You see that, guys? It's not a good look on the radar. I mean, it looks intense. Huge hail core here. This is huge. Okay. They should upgrade this, I think. There's no one around here, so it's not observed is the problem. Is it observed yet? Yeah, and now you've got ping ball. Now you've got golf ball size hail. They're about to get it. Okay, yeah, Matt said he thinks they're about to get it. PDS. I'm making the call right now that this is a PDS, particularly dangerous situation. I think we could have an EF2 plus on the ground right here, heading straight up towards, like I said, Coker, Gordo, just to the northwest of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Sometimes you don't. I mean, I don't want to wait for them to call it. There's tons of inflow here. You can see the hook. We have a good correlation coefficient, meaning we can see the hail that's falling around this thing. Tons of lightning, and it's being fed dry air from the south, so that could end up being a long track tornado. Really quick down here, let's take another look at this. Considerable damage threat. Let's see how our radar is looking really quickly down here. This, again, I think is lagging behind, but it looks like this is a strong tornado heading up towards Laurel again. And then it looks like we have a tornado on the ground right now moving through Bay Springs up towards Meridian, Mississippi. And we've got another severe thunderstorm warning up here near Boonville, Belmont, Guntown, Baldwin, Mississippi as well. That looks like some strong hail and strong winds associated with that, guys. Tornado warning up here to the just north of Athens. Let's see what we've got up here. Let's pull into this is kind of what they're probably talking about right there. Let's take a look at, see if we can find this thing right there. Maybe hard to tell. It's a very congested area. Probably not a SIG-TOR, but probably could be a tornado on the ground here. This is the concern. It's looking very, very strong. Heading just to the northwest. Heading, it's going to be moving to the west of Tuscaloosa up towards Gordo, again, and Coker. I appreciate the follows and subs, guys. Thank you. LS, I appreciate that. Xtina, what's going on? So will it hit the Tuscaloosa area? Right now, the track it's on, you know, if it went as far south as it could, it would still go to the north of Tuscaloosa, very likely. But you know, metropolitan Tuscaloosa, anyone up to the north of Tuscaloosa in this metropolitan area, I would get in a safe spot right now because this could be a major tornado on the ground right here. Let's get the latest updates. Actually, let me see a correlation coefficient again. This looks like this is a huge hail core, possibly a debris field in here too. Strong tornado there. It should already be a PDS in my opinion. Are these? This is looking interesting too. Let's see if these guys have a visual on a tornado.
The winds are ripping. I'm about to get.
That's good. Oh, there.
Okay. Northeast Alabama. Yep, northeast Alabama. This stuff's gonna start moving in here probably in the next hour or two. I would say 3 to 4 hours is when the most intense storms are gonna move in. I don't know what they're waiting on with this one up here. Let's look at the reflectivity again. We're not getting good reflectivity here, which is weird, but this looks really strong. 120, 127. This is a tornado on the ground. God. Yep, Nashville is in a... they just talked about it in the last mesoscale discussion. This whole region up here, we are watching out for strong hail and very strong winds associated with the squall line. So you might not even get a tornado, but you could get 75 mile per hour plus winds just with the squall line moving over. So just be aware of that. Stronger tornadoes look to be to the south, but it's not impossible to get a big tornado up here. You still have this hatch risk. Anyone in this hatch risk all the way up here too. You can get, as we move through the night, EF2 plus. Back here, you're most likely safe. Out behind, where you have this kind of, this is rain-cooled air, you're probably safe. But I'd still say from here and out ahead, these areas still need to pay attention. So that's a lot of people. I mean, that's basically, Nashville's getting into the safe part of this system. Nashville's beginning to move into the safer part of this system, but it's still in a little bit of a sketchy area. We want to pay attention. These dots, these dash, this is called a hatch mark. If you're in here, EF2 plus tornadoes are possible. Those are particularly dangerous tornadoes are possible. Still an observed tornado down here heading up towards Laurel, Mississippi. Got a lot of storm chasers down here looking for this thing. Tornado chasers. This looks like a very strong tornado about to head over. Hit split 7 area in Collins, Mississippi. That looks like a strong tornado. Let's see if we can get the correlation coefficient of this one too. There it is. This is a very strong tornado. This could be EF2 plus. I think it is. think it's on the ground, heading straight towards in between Collins and Seminary. Again, up towards Taylorsville, Sandersville. Heidelberg. That is 100% a tornado on the ground there. See if we see any other decent looks with our correlation coefficient. Big hail here. Just to the north of Union, headed up towards, again, Coker and Gordo, Alabama. Still looks like a very strong tornado. This could be, honestly, this could be a massive wedge right here. This isn't the best radar, but this is a pretty strong signature for a tornado. Heading in the direction of Tuscaloosa, it looks like it's going to go north of it, but if I'm in Tuscaloosa, I'm paying attention very closely to this. Georgia's going to be a little bit later in the night, guys. We can take a look at the HRRR, and I'll show you how this thing is going to advance through the night. Apologize for not posting a video. I've just been live streaming anytime I've been home today instead of spending time posting a video about stuff you guys already know is going on. Usually I post a video every day. All right, let me go back to our 18Z. Here we go. Bad stuff starts moving into Georgia right there around 10-ish p.m., give or take an hour or two. Atlanta, we're watching 12 to 1 a.m. and then really pushing out towards eastern Georgia as we get into the early morning hours, 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. And that's when we're getting into the Carolinas as well, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Panhandle of Florida really getting into the action at around 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Tallahassee could be experiencing the worst between 4 to 6 a.m., give or take an hour. And then we're going to have a risk for tornadoes down in central Florida as we push into tomorrow afternoon around 3 p.m. And all these coastal areas tomorrow around early to late afternoon hours, we could see damaging wind, hail, and the potential for some tornadoes. We do have, I believe, let me see if they've upgraded this risk. Day 3 probabilistic. Let's look at categorical. No, we want day 2. Sorry. Let's look at our tornado. 5% risk out there, which is pretty significant. And then a slight risk as well. So this whole region, we're going to be watching for QLCS tornadoes. They're typically not going to be these super intense, strong tornadoes. They can be, though. You got to be careful. But hail and strong winds are definitely going to be associated with the squall line regardless. So something to watch tomorrow on the coast as well. So, all right. Did they upgrade this? They did not. Interesting. It still looks very dangerous. Where do we have it? Down here? Extended tornado warning. Okay, we're going to go over that. This thing looks... What are they doing? What are they doing? Why aren't they... Look at this. I don't know why they should be more concerned about this look. I'm sure you guys agree. So let's look at our high spectrum width. We have all the signs of a very strong tornado on the ground here. Correlation coefficient's a little messy, but yes, tornadoes are possible up in Ohio tonight. They're probably going to be a little bit weaker if you get them. Let's pull back here to severe day 1. High risk is crazy. You can see we still have this like marginal up here. So tornadoes are still possible up here through portions of central to western Ohio. Again, though, hail and strong winds are more likely than a tornado. You do have right now a severe thunderstorm warning up in Fort Wayne, just to the north. We could take a look and see if this has any rotation in it. There's a little bit of rotation here, so probably potentially a funnel cloud. In northeastern Indiana, moving up towards Auburn and Butler. Nothing on the ground, it doesn't look like right now, though. But there's some spinature up in the air above you. Do these guys see this thing?
Just by looking at
See it here yet.
They don't see it. I don't think they see it. Oh my god, he is whipping. He's trying to catch something right here. This is an observed tornado that he's trying to catch. Let's take a look at this real quick. Again, I think this is lagging right now. Okay, that's 4:13 p.m. A little bit behind. This looks like a strong tornado right here, splitting Collins and Seminary. It should already be up a little bit farther. Let's look at our radar here, high res. I think this is probably up here. There's a little bit of lag in this. Your computer is more high tech than the local news station. Wow. Well, this is a good app. I appreciate it. Art, I appreciate it. LS. Okay. West Georgia by like Mackin. Gonna be some turn. Yeah. Let's go into Mackin. Macon? Is it Macon like bacon? I think someone told me one day it's like bacon, but maybe I'm wrong. You guys are in a slight hatch, meaning EF2 plus tornadoes are possible. So yes, stay updated. And this is the dangerous thing about this area is, again, this is going to be closer to super early. I mean, late/early in the morning when a lot of people are sleeping. So again, just to show you the time frame out here, really quickly, let's go back into the HRRR. So time frame for you guys out here, when things start to push through, weather starts to go downhill, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So most people are going to be sleeping. Let's see. Yep, Tennessee again. We have a couple things that we just looked at on the mesoscale discussion from the SBC. They're talking about severe winds and potentially some big hail up here in this corridor. Can you guys see this? I'm just showing you what I've just read and what I showed on screen before. Strong winds and hail up here for a while, for the next few hours, are a possibility. We have a severe thunderstorm warning up there to the north of Fort Wayne. I expect we're going to see a bunch more warnings popping up here very soon. Different areas ignite. The thunderstorms ignite at different times. It doesn't all happen at once. Another portion they highlighted was right here, starting in Nashville and then out towards Knoxville, this region. High winds and hail are expected, and some strong tornadoes are possible still. I'm talking about, this is in the next few hours. This is in the immediate. Stuff's going to happen out here too, but you have some time. Again, our biggest concern right now is still this region. This is a high 5 out of 5 threat. Hatch. So, of course, EF2 plus long track tornadoes are possible. EF3, EF4, maybe an EF5. We'll have to see. Hopefully not. Radar indicated. Let's take a look back at this one and see if this thing has still a strong looking radar image here. Look at this thing. Why maybe they don't have a PDS on this because it's not too close to people, but this thing looks very strong. Heading up towards Coker and Gordo, Alabama. What do we got going on? Another severe thunderstorm warning just to the south and west of Tullahoma, Manchester, Fayetteville, Lynchburg. You're all in that area there, so I'd watch out for that. Okay. Let me adjust something really quickly, guys, and I'll start answering questions again. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put these back to, I'll just put them like that. Let's pull this polygon fill down a little bit. That'll help me. All right. And then use a legacy. What the heck is that? I don't even know what this is, but we'll try it for a second. All right. I can get these from NOAA as well. That's interesting. Okay. Tornado warnings we have on the ground. These areas. This is radar indicated Limestone, Alabama. Observed tornado around Lauderdale, Mississippi. And new tornado warning. New tornado warning on the ground just to the southwest of Murfreesboro. Radar indicated. Let's take a look at this. This is in Tennessee. This is what we're talking about. This is probably where we're going to get that rotation started, just to the west of Midland, Christiana. And Barfield, but this is heading up towards Murfreesboro, Woodbury, Liberty, and Watertown, Tennessee. You can see we got a little bit of a core in here. We'll have to see. This may not be on the ground yet, but here we go. Strong signatures through here for rotation. So again, Murfreesboro and the surrounding areas. This is headed up to the northeast, currently towards Murfreesboro and the surrounding areas up in Tennessee. All right. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, you do have a pretty significant tornado. It looks like on the ground just out to your west. I'd keep a close eye on this. I'm going to go back into that in a second. Go right back into that in a second. Tons of flash flood warnings all up and down behind this system as well. Let me actually look at what this old interface looks like really quickly, guys. Actually, we'll turn that off for now. I don't want to mess with it. Okay. Let's hold this open. Appreciate the follows, guys. Appreciate the subs. Thank you. To anyone who's gifted too. Sorry if I missed. I'm obviously looking at my screen a lot. Amy, Karen, Sassy, I appreciate you guys. I'm in Tuscaloosa right now. Can I join? What do you mean? Can you join this? Could you please let us know the name of the app you're using? Yep, Radar Omega. Radar Omega. I'm in California, but my boy's granddaughter is in Dover, Tennessee. Yep. So there's a lot going on up here. Nashville, south and out east. And this tornado warning is for the surrounding areas around Murfreesboro right now up in Tennessee. But we have a strong squall line. There's a lot of wind and hail associated with all these. We have this tornado warning extended. No surprise here, just out to the west of Tuscaloosa. Still a decent looking radar signature. Let's go back to our vorticities. Still a good spin there. High velocity, base velocity. Let's go correlation coefficient. It looks like it's getting choked off a little bit. I hope that continues. But right now, this is moving just to the tornado warning extended just to the north of Tuscaloosa and moving off to the northeast towards Dora and Kimberly Morris, Cordova Parish, Jasper, Oakman. Did you say tornado warning in Murfreesboro, Tennessee? There is a tornado warning in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Yes. Let's pull this back up. Here it is. You can actually see this thing starting to try to wrap actually right here just to the northwest of Midland, heading towards Barfield and Murfreesboro. There's some pretty good, let's see, we have one of our base velocity. So, all right, this is our high res velocity. So there's a pretty good look that we might have something right in here. So if you know, oh, here it is. There it is. This just updated. This is where our tornado is most likely. So just moved over Midland, and this is probably gonna miss Murfreesboro to the south, but I don't know. These things wobble. A lot of times these things wobble back and forth as they're moving. Tornadoes almost never move in a straight line. So that's why you've got to keep everyone into account up here and down here as well. Sometimes you see them move down. Sometimes you see them move up. They actually curve up more than they curve down to the south. They tend to hug up towards the northeast. So Murfreesboro, I'd be in a safe spot. But this thing is spinning up there currently, yes. Newnham, Georgia time frame. I think we talked about that earlier, but I'll look again. Probably as we get into about 1 or 2 a.m., things are going to go downhill for you guys. I can double check that again. Let's go to models, convection, her. I would say midnight things start to go downhill, but the worst could be around 1, 2, 3 a.m. with the latest, information that we have. Will it be severe through the night for central Kentucky? I think late evening, most of this is going to be moved out for Kentucky. So hopefully by 10, 11, Kentucky is going to be in a pretty safe spot. Looks like it will be. Yeah, Alabama just calmed down a lot, about 10 miles directly west of Christiana, Tennessee. Because it looks like that thing's near you guys. But it's going to go just south of Murfreesboro. All of Alabama, everyone in Alabama, unless you're really like, if I'm up in like northwestern Alabama, up near Florence, things are starting to cool down. But the rest of the state of Alabama, you're the next kind of target for these major PDS potentially tornadoes. So we need to watch out for that. Knoxville, Tennessee, probably tonight. Yeah, late tonight into tomorrow morning. Yep. You guys still have probably 4 or 5 hours for the worst to begin to move in. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Lynn. Columbus, Georgia, looking better or worse? Columbus is still looking pretty dangerous tonight, if I'm being honest. Probably things start going downhill around 10, 11 p.m. in Columbus. Probably 11, 12, but give or take an hour. And you guys still could get a PDS. You guys could still get a SIG tour out there, so we have to pay attention. My son's crying out there. My wife's trying to put him down for a nap. I have a flight at 9:30 going up the East Coast back to Philly from Orlando. Flight at 9:30 going up the East Coast. Wait. Oh, tomorrow? You might get delayed. From Orlando back up to Philly. 9:30 a.m. You might get delayed. Let me look at this real quick. I mean, you actually might take. They might be able to take off right. That's gonna probably be right before this weather makes it. So they might be able to take off. If they can take off ahead of this, they'll just go up into the stratosphere. So they'll fly in the stratosphere above these storms, so you won't have turbulence. Landing could be an issue though. Landing, because say it takes you 2 hours. Landing could start to get turbulent. Although that time frame, it looks like you're going to be out ahead of the storm. So you might be okay. It's going to be a close call, though. Oh, tonight? No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. This stuff's way too far out to the west. Karen, Sassy, Danny, I appreciate you guys. Was yesterday and today just a preview for what's to come in regards to severe weather this year? People are thinking we could have a record-breaking year. We're in a La Nina year, which is extra active for spring tornado season and spring severe weather season. We also have a Gulf that's almost 1.5 degrees Celsius above average right now. It's baking hot. Those are two really important things. We're also the MJO cycle. We're pushing through 8 through 2 MJO cycle, and that promotes a lot of moisture, a lot of extra moisture in the U.S., especially central and eastern regions. So there's a lot that points towards a record-breaking season, and this is just a wild way to start our spring severe weather season. Melissa, I appreciate that. Live on air. Appreciate that, Melissa. Thank you, Kale. So let me get back into here for a second. Well, I'll answer a couple more questions, and I want to go back down and look at these tornadoes. Just to update everyone while I'm answering questions. Observed tornado around Lauderdale, Mississippi, Newton, Mississippi. Radar indicated with quarter-size hail. Tornado around Pickens, Alabama, Greene, Alabama. We have a particularly dangerous situation. Okay, here we go, right here. This is our PDS. This is a very dangerous situation. And this is splitting through just to the south of Taylorsville, heading up towards Heidelberg and Bay Springs. Let's see. This guy might be able to see it. This thing might pass right in front of him. Here it is. Ooh, this thing is gonna pass right in front of him, guys. We might get a live look at a tornado here. We might get a live look at a tornado. This is a very, very, very strong tornado signature here. Up to 90 mile per hour winds. And let's look at some of these other. This thing is so close. This thing may pass right in front of this dude. Particularly dangerous situation. Again, just to the east of Collins, Mississippi, heading up to the northeast towards Bay Spring, Taylorsville, Heidelberg, Montrose. Anyone in this area needs to be in a safe spot. There it is, right there. Oh, he might see this guy's right in front of him. He might see this thing pass right in front of him, guys. I need to stay here for a second. We might see a tornado pass right in front of this guy. I think he's in a good spot. I was going to say I think he needs to move up. I don't blame him. I wouldn't move up either. This thing looks like it's going to go. And here's our tornado chaser. This is probably EF2 plus here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, we'll go back down and look at his in a second. How's our Tuscaloosa one looking? Strong. Strong tornado on the ground here. Again, heading up to the northeast towards Coker, just to the north of Tuscaloosa. This still looks like a strong tornado on the ground. That's a very strong tornado signature. Let's go to our correlation coefficient. Could be down here. A little bit of issues with the radar sometimes. I want to see this guy. I want to see if he sees this thing pass by. He's in a really good spot.
If I had a little bit of confidence that this was down, I would put one here. I just feel like it's not. What do you say?
1 second. I want to see where this is. 1 second, guys. I wonder if it pulled up, the tornado. Hold up. This is our PDS. Let's get a better view of it. It's right there. He thinks it's going back up into the funnel cloud. Let's see. He's right. I mean, on the radar, this looks like a monster tornado here, and he's right next to it. 1 second, guys. This is radar Omega. Man. Okay, let me pull out. Another tornado warning up in. Okay, you still have the tornado warning just to the south of Murfreesboro. It looks like, okay, this is actually looking like a decent spin on the radar. Okay, another severe thunderstorm warning. Columbia moving up to the northeast, just to the north of Hadesburg, Mississippi. We have another tornado warning on the ground up here, but let me take a look at this one really quickly. Couple tornado warnings down in Tennessee now. This could be a decent tornado on the ground heading just to the south of Murfreesboro out towards Woodbury and Liberty and Auburntown, Tennessee. Pay attention, get in your safe spot there. Here we go. This looks like our tornado right in here, and that is going to be moving just to the south of Lynchburg out towards Estill Springs and Tullahoma. Let's see if we have a debris signature, hail. Nothing wild right now, but look at this. You see this thing beginning to hook, guys. Good inflow. This thing is trying to wrap. So out towards Lynchburg, Estill Springs and Tullahoma. Let me get you guys an update. Well, let me see if he sees this thing yet really quickly. This is observed.
Did he say it's down?
These trees look like they were damaged.
What's that?
Yep, just focus in.
Yeah, why not?
All right, this thing's about to pass right by him, I think. Really quickly, so we'll go back there in a second. Let's go over these again. We have lots of things happening. Observed tornado near Lauderdale, Mississippi, Newton, Mississippi. Pickens, Alabama, Green, Alabama. Radar indicated. Observed particularly dangerous situation for Jones, Mississippi, Covington, Mississippi, Smith, Mississippi, and Jasper, Mississippi. Considerable damage. Radar indicated tornado around Lauderdale, Mississippi, Newton, Mississippi, Jasper, Mississippi. Again, radar indicated around Rutherford, Tennessee. Radar indicated tornado around Franklin, Tennessee, Moore, Tennessee, Coffee, Tennessee, Lincoln, Tennessee. Another radar indicated tornado with quarter-size hail around Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Jefferson, Alabama. Again, I think this guy's going to see something out ahead of him.
That's what we need to put up right now.
Okay.
So that's why I keep watching him. Nashville. Most of these are out to the east of Nashville. Like I said, you see you guys are in these flash flood warnings. You're getting a lot of rain, cooled air, so your tornado chances are going way down in Nashville, which is good. These things are going to start firing up to the east of you like they are right now. If we were to look at our big radar, here it is. Once you start getting in this soaking rain, your chances for tornadoes go way down, which is good. Jacksonville, Alabama. Listen, it doesn't matter where in Alabama you are. You're in a either high or moderate hatch risk. The only area in Alabama right now that's kind of in the clear is far northwestern Alabama. So if I were to pull out here and tell you the part of Alabama that's probably safe but still needs to watch out would be this section up here, because you've got a lot of cooled air and a lot more stability out here. But most of Alabama, these are all the areas out here that are still really needing to pay attention. Up here as well, obviously, you can see we've got big severe thunderstorm warnings. Massive severe thunderstorm warning up here. Includes a lot of Murfreesboro, McMinnville, up towards Smithville, down towards Manchester, Tullahoma. You've got, again, a tornado warning moving south, or potential tornado on the ground moving south of Lynchburg and Tullahoma, Tennessee, and to the south of Murfreesboro up towards Woodbury and Liberty, Tennessee. Most likely a tornado on the ground with this one right here just to the north of Tuscaloosa. Let's take another quick look at it. And there it is. We probably do have a tornado right here heading just south of Gordo and off to the northeast. That's Alabama. Meridian, Mississippi. Let's take a look here. Do we have any debris field? This is radar indicated. This may be off the ground, but I would still take that pretty seriously up there if you're anywhere up here. Meridian, Mississippi, heading up towards Livingston, Alabama, and Scuba, Mississippi. Let's see if he has this one here. He's trying to drive towards it.
Ooh, that is a sharp corner. God, he wasn't kidding about that.
Ooh, big lightning out ahead of him. Look at these. Do these trees not look like they just went through a tornado, guys? Do these trees not all look damaged? Am I crazy? They're looking for it. He's scanning for the tornado right now. Give me a second. I can't show it for too long. All right, he's looking for it. We're going to keep watching. Lebanon, Tennessee. Where's Lebanon, Tennessee? Yeah, I mean, you guys need to watch out for strong winds and hail. You guys are getting into the time frame where I think your strong tornado chances are going to go down. You're really in a soaking rain right now. It's going to be out ahead of the squall line. Like you can see, we just got a tornado warning extension for this storm that is spinning up to the south of Murfreesboro right now. Let's go down to high res velocity. This is a decent looking tornado here heading straight through potentially Woodbury. So if you're in Woodbury, I get to a safe spot. And this is going to be heading right towards Smithville as well. Smithville, Tennessee. So I get in a safe spot up there. Tullahoma, just to your south. You can see this rotation on the ground potentially. Let's look at our different velocity radars. Here it is. This looks like it's just to the south of Lynchburg, headed off towards the north of Beach Hill, and to the south of Tullahoma, Tennessee as well. Tuscaloosa, the storm just to the north of Tuscaloosa. It still looks like we have some good rotation here. Let's check our correlation coefficient, and let's go back up to high res. Falling apart, but it still looks like we have something on the ground just to the northwest of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is looking, okay, we have an observed tornado now here just to the west of Meridian. Really quickly, let's take a look at our velocity. Nothing crazy showing up here. I think that's probably falling apart, but this looks like serious. This looks serious. Let's see if you can see it.
It was like, if you think Dixie, it was like.
This tornado looks very strong, and he's not able to see it right now, but this is a crazy radar signature, guys, heading up towards Heidelberg and Bay Springs, Mississippi. Seriously, look at this. So, again, he's okay. He's in the downdraft. He might be going to an area that possibly it went over. This is our tornado right here. You can see the sign was blown over.
I'm kind of debating going south. Like
it looks like the tornado might have gone over here. He just drove past a stop sign that was flattened on the ground, so he might be following the tail of this.
wouldn't be a bad choice. I think the move now.
So, okay. Man, it looked like he was right in front of that thing. Appreciate the follows and subs, guys. Unlearned, Jacqueline, I appreciate you guys. Tori, what's going on? I appreciate you. Spooky Lady Kale. Melissa. This is Radar Omega. This is Radar Omega. You're in Peachtree Corners next to Dunwoody. Where's that? Oh, Georgia? Yeah, we're watching more towards midnight to 1 a.m. when these things start moving in there. We got a new tornado warning. This is just out to the west of Tuscaloosa. Let's take a look at it. Let's go into our velocity. Ooh, here it is, guys. Here it is. Here it is, heading straight up towards DeKalb and Scuba. Heading straight up towards DeKalb and Scuba, Mississippi, and then eventually this is going to be in Alabama, headed up towards Reform, Carlton, Pickensville, and Aliceville, Alabama. This is definitely rotation. It's super easy to see, and get in your safe spot if you're anywhere here up towards Aliceville, Reform, Macon, Mississippi, Scuba, and DeKalb.
3:43 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near
Franklin, Tennessee. Ooh, this thing is being extended out here. Let me just take a look at this. Again, this is headed straight towards Woodbury, guys. Get into a safe spot if you're up there near Woodbury, Tennessee. We've got decent rotation heading towards Estill Springs and Tullahoma as well up there in Tennessee. So you say Franklin? You guys are on the backside of a lot of this weather, so you have a flash flood warning to worry about. Radar indicated flash flood warning. Most of the tornado is going to be out to your east at this point. North Atlanta, as we get into midnight, 1 a.m., we're going to have very strong storms moving in. EF2 plus tornadoes are possible, but strong wind and hail are almost guaranteed in a lot of areas out there. I might need to stretch for a second, guys. Oh, my God. Should I pull up Mesomat Stream for a second, guys? Should I pull up Mesomat Stream for 1 second while I stretch? Watch this. We're going to pull up Mesomat Stream for 1 second while I stretch because he is covering this. Hold up, hold up. This is going to be funny. Okay. Let's go. Mesomat. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Extended tornado warning heading up straight towards observed tornado, considerable damage heading up straight towards Meridian. Heading up straight towards Meridian, Mississippi. One of these guys might see it.
Good service spot.
Ooh, they're waiting for it right here.
Yep, you tell me.
They're waiting for it. Ay, ay, ay. All right. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm stretching. We're just going to go right here on a Mesomat stream while I'm stretching for a second. Tell Mesomat we're watching him. All right, I'm stretching. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Big stretch.
So PDS tornado warning, guys, for Meridian, Mississippi.
Big
Storm we're
stretch,
kind of
guys.
waiting for Jasper County, Newton County, Smith County, Clark County, and Lauderdale County.
Big stretch. Everyone get up and stretch.
What is Connor doing? What in the world is Connor doing on his stream right now?
Guys, if you don't know who Mesomat is, he's covering this all day. Throw him a follow. MESOMATT.
Oh my gosh.
Great dude.
Doing
Genius.
yoga?
Genius. Knows his stuff. He's super handsome, too. All right.
He's literally got my stream pulled up on his screen. I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was doing yoga for a second.
I wasn't doing yoga. I was just stretching. Okay, guys. Let's get serious.
I cannot with this man.
Let's get serious,
Y'all make
guys.
sure, because I know he can hear this, make sure y'all go over there and give Connor's Climate Corner an amazing shout out and follow over there. Go
All
give
right,
him
guys,
some
let's get
love.
back
He's
into this.
Freaking awesome. I appreciate him. He's wild.
Love that guy. Here we go. We do have a... okay, here we go. Up here to the northeast. Another severe thunderstorm warning just to the northeast of Huntsville. Calhoun, Georgia. We'll go over that in a second. Just to the northeast of Huntsville. So large hail, strong winds are possible in that area. This tornado, let's go over each one. Observed. This is observed on the ground. This is getting more significant, I think. Let's go into our velocity. Here's our tornado. Sorry, my son's crying. And this is, let's see, give me a second. Let's see if we have a debris signature with this. Sort of. I'd still be to the north of Tuscaloosa. You still got to be in a safe spot here. Just moved past to the south and east of Gordo, and it's moved to the north of Coker. I think that's how you pronounce that. Maybe not. Do we have a PDS tornado right now? We do. This is our PDS tornado right down here. Particularly dangerous situations. These are the most dangerous type of tornadoes. Okay, this is loading. Well, I mean, this isn't a tornado emergency, but we'll have to watch it. This guy looks like he's right in the path of this thing. Let's see if we can get this to load. One second, guys. Hey guys. Yeah, he's got like an earache or something. So I think she's just gonna take him in to get his ear looked at. He was grabbing his ear, but he's okay. Let's see here. Let me get back to chat. All right, we still got all these going on. This is our PDS right here. This does look like a strong tornado that's heading right in between Bay Springs and Heidelberg, Mississippi right now, up towards Stonewall and Enterprise, Mississippi, directly towards Meridian. I'm nervous to look at the coefficient here. Okay, not too much there. That's good. Some turbulence there. This does look like a dangerous tornado heading up towards that area, guys, though. Severe thunderstorm warning back here out towards Starksville and West Point. Heavy downpours, hail, and wind are possible back there. Strong winds. Let's see here. Get down to the bottom of my messages, please, Henderson. Okay, so someone asked about something out here in Georgia. Listen, this out here is going to be more of a 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., 6 a.m. type event. We've got time out here. We've got about 5-6 hours before you start seeing a lot of these areas get into the mess. But yes, EF2 plus tornadoes are possible. Strong winds, large hail. Everything's possible out here. But you're in the clear for a little bit while longer, and then we're gonna start seeing how that unfolds later. Tori, Jacqueline, Faith, Drizzy, Alexis, Pisces. I appreciate you guys. This is Radar Omega, the program I'm using. Yeah, North Atlanta is going to be closer to around 1-2 a.m., but give or take an hour. How bad do you think it's hyping to be in Peachtree City, Georgia? Yeah, I mean you're in a moderate hatch risk, so it's not a great situation. It's a very severe situation, and just stay up to date, and you'll be perfectly fine. You'll be safe. Again, during tornado outbreaks, most people still will never see a tornado, which is good. But you just have to have a plan. Are any of these guys seeing this tornado? There's all these tornado chasers here. Let's see if one of them has an eye on it. They're all waiting for this thing.
There is no term to stay on this for 2 months. Okay. We're going north now, so we're fine. Yep.
All right, let's take a look. I want to get down and see this because this is still, I think, our PDS heading up towards Meridian. Observed, very dangerous situation here. Here it is. This is probably a little bit farther to the north, so this guy may try to intercept this tornado. Is he chasing? This dude's trying to intercept. So we'll keep an eye on that. You guys ask about a lot of specific cities and towns. I'll tell you, if anyone's asking about anywhere in Alabama, you're all in a moderate hatch risk or high. So, again, the severe tornadoes are possible. I can't really, if you want specific timing, again, I mean, we're talking about, I'm talking Eastern time. I guess I should be trying to talk Central time. So, 4, 5, this is going to be Eastern over here. So, really around 5 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? That's your timing. It's not going to be out here until around 6 a.m. We're here. So this is about a time. This is about a 12-hour interval. This is about 12 hours. Right there. That's about 12 hours. So if you're in the middle, this is about 6 hours away. If you're out here, it's about 9 hours. So that's kind of how that's working out. Any tornadoes for Savannah, Georgia, you think tomorrow? Yeah, you guys are under. You guys are very close to you guys are very close to that 5% risk. There is a slight risk, though. So I would say QLCS tornadoes are definitely possible in Savannah. So and strong winds and hail with these. This is going to be a very strong squall line. It's going to be a very strong squall line. Those can sometimes spin up some tornadoes. So they're typically not going to be as strong as the ones we're seeing out here with these discrete cells, though. Michigan is under this whole area. We just talked about it earlier. The mesoscale discussion talked about high winds and hail over the next few hours in this area, so we need to watch out. Mesoscale discussion also talked about very strong winds and hail out here, and we also have tornado chances out here. Let's see how our tornadoes are looking up here. Radar indicated this one hopefully has subsided. Let's take a look. There we go. Still looks like we might have something move over Woodbury. Hopefully this is just rotation in the clouds, though. It's not a crazy signature, but I would be in a safe spot if I was in Woodbury, Tennessee. The one to the south of Tullahoma, again, I don't see the craziest signature, but I would be in a safe spot if I was out here in Estill Springs or Tullahoma because, sometimes the radars don't see it perfectly. Do we have someone who has intercepted this down here?
So interesting enough, though, these clouds are just feeding into here.
Let's see.
Never took it off that SD.
They're all waiting on this thing. I'm thinking we'll see. I don't think this rain is making it to the ground out here, but I'm thinking probably within the next hour to 2 hours, we're going to see this area spark up over here. Specifically, we have a lot of discrete cells starting to form and move up to the northeast. And our tornado chasers are all out here to the west. I think we're going to see these cells. I think we're going to see popcorn. Maybe less than that. Maybe like 45 minutes here. This is Radar Omega. Hello from Germany. Y'all stay safe, guys. Got relatives in Huntsville and friends in Auburn. I hope you all get a safe place to stay. Yep, I appreciate that. Anyone watching this is staying up to date, that's for sure. Looks like storm towards Ohio could be dying down. Any worried about tornadoes today and tomorrow? You could get a weak tornado up in Ohio. You guys are in that marginal risk. It would likely be pretty weak. There's not a ton of instability or cape up to the north. Your wind shears down to the south as well. But strong winds and hail with some of these storms are possible. Weak tornadoes possible, but nothing super severe is really forecast up there. Is Louisville going to be okay tonight? Louisville is, again, you guys aren't even in this 5%, so you aren't expecting any major tornadoes. EF0, EF1's possible in the area. I'm more concerned with Louisville when it comes to flooding than anything else that's going on tonight. But tornadoes are still possible, hail, winds, but the biggest threat is actually flooding up there in Louisville because all the other ones are a much lesser chance of occurring right now. 3.0 earthquake in Maggie, Mississippi as a tornado outbreak began. Have you heard that? It's hard to feel a 3.0. I think it's like 2.5 is the lowest earthquake you can even feel if you're paying attention. 3.0 earthquakes I think happen when there's like too much drilling on a construction site. I would be. I'm also speaking from someone who lived in California and who's been through so many earthquakes, so I have a different opinion on the Richter scale and what's significant or not. Because we have like thousands of 2.0 to 3.0 earthquakes in the states every single year. We have like thousands of them a day, 2.0 to 3.0. I wonder if that's associated with. It's almost impossible to be associated with the weather above the ground, though. You could have really, really saturated ground that could cause that. Will you be live around 1 to 2 a.m.? I don't know. Got a lot of stuff I got to do really early in the morning again tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to be on and off today, but I want to be online at least for another couple hours right now because we have a developing situation here. This is kind of the time frame I'm really concerned about. So, hey, I appreciate that. I want to see what's going on. Give me 1 second, guys. There was 95 tornado warned storms yesterday, and I think we're gonna get more today. PDS right here, particularly dangerous situation, heading up straight towards Meridian.
This is a little tilted for Ryan. He has you up on the stream. You might want to like flat like.
One second, guys. Okay, another severe thunderstorm warning up here just to the south and west of Detroit. Let's take a look at this. This is likely not going to have a ton of spin. You do have some shear up here, but strong winds and hail could be moving into Ann Arbor, Michigan. And isn't that where like the University of Michigan is? Yeah. Strong wind and hail moving into Milan and Ann Arbor, Canton, and then out towards Detroit, moving over Adrian right now. So something to pay attention to up there. What does it look like for Statesboro, Georgia? Well, for all of Georgia, basically. Well, you could get EF2 plus tornadoes throughout the night, really starting at around midnight through 5 a.m. anywhere in Georgia. Out here, tomorrow we're probably going to be dealing with the QLCS setup, weaker tornadoes, but some hail and strong winds associated with the squall line tomorrow afternoon. These hash marks, this area with the hash marks just means EF2 plus tornadoes are possible, meaning we call those SIG-TORs, significant tornadoes. EF1 and EF0 and EF1 tornadoes can do damage, but EF2 plus tornadoes can, tear through houses. So we call those SIG-TORs. They are particularly, that's when you get a PDS, a particularly dangerous situation. And everyone in this hashed area could see SIG-TORs. You could technically see them out here too, right? But it's like, it'd be out here at this point, but it's much less likely. Much less likely. It's very rare if you're not, kind of where the SBC is laying it out. They try to give it a pretty broad range. I know it's hard to tell. So in other words, in your opinion, how many have you think have touched down today? I can't tell you because I haven't been online. I had to do some stuff with my family earlier, so I wouldn't be able to really give you a number. Let me see what the latest from the SBC is. Let's see here. Mesoscale discussion. Firewatch has been elevated. Okay, nothing too significant in the latest 7 minutes ago. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at some of these mesoscale discussions, guys. Really quickly. This is going to encompass some other areas. This is important to look at really quickly. Okay. Severe threat may increase downstream of tornado watch 47. Damaging gusts and a few tornadoes are the main concerns. Do you guys see where they're highlighting here? And so this is Murfreesboro out to Chattanooga, Knoxville. You could get 75 to 100 mile per hour gusts, Chattanooga up to Knoxville. So this is an issue. Let's see here. QLCS continues. Yep, gusts conceding. Let's see, downstream for the low dew point, blah, 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 blah. Great. All right, let's go over to the other mesoscale discussion. MDs. Let's go back here. All right, down here in the south. Severe threat may materialize along parts of the Gulf Coast. This Cape's going to increase. Gulf Coast, if southward development continues, tornado watch expansion may be needed. So we're talking Slidell out towards Biloxi, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola. We could see some SIGTORs down there. Shortly, we might see this thing spread down there. Turn me up. I appreciate the sub. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Turn me up. Thank you. Thank you. And another one I think we had here. Let me quickly go over this. This is pretty obvious here, but multiple supercells capable of intense, potentially violent tornadoes persist throughout the evening. Obviously, you can see this area we're mostly concerned with right now is all the way basically from Birmingham, Alabama, all the way down just to the north of Slidell, Louisiana, Wiggins, Hattiesburg, Laurel, and Macomb, Mississippi. This entire region, we're going to see some supercell development. So that's the latest from the SPC. All right. This again, we're going to constantly see things changing. This is ongoing. What's going on? Where is it? Hold up, guys. Tornado watch extended. Tornado warning extended. Radar indicated through McMinnville. McMinnville, Tennessee. Okay. It's not looking crazy intense, but there's the thought that we do still have a tornado on the ground. Let's look at our high-res velocity here. To me, it looks like this thing would be down here. There's a kind of a signature up here, but I think it's down there. Head it straight towards McMinnville. This may be it. This notch looks better to me, if I'm being honest. You could have some rotation from both of these cells right here. And headed out towards Spencer and Doyle, Tennessee as well. So I would get in your safe spot if you're down there. We still have a PDS. Did they pull the PDS down here? They pulled the PDS.
Yeah, what are we working with here?
So, again, they're talking about this tornado watch extending down to the Gulf now because we're getting a big extension in thunderstorms down here. You're going to have some strong thunderstorms moving through New Orleans soon. Your parents are in Tuscaloosa, just tell them to have the local news on or be watching someone who's going to give them updates. Make sure they have a way to get a tornado warning. I'm sure they'll be fine though. What are major parts of Georgia that need to be concerned about? Most of Georgia. So, I mean, we're watching a big portion of Georgia out here. This is going to be QLCS probably. You could get tornadoes out here, but they're not going to be as strong, but high winds and hail are still possible out there too in south and eastern Georgia. Daphne, Alabama. Again, they just extended this hatch farther down to the south. So I'd say over the next hour or two, make sure they understand what's going on in their area, because you could get some supercells forming down here near Mobile and Daphne, Alabama. But I mean, again, they should be fine. But make sure they have a plan of what they're going to do, or bottom floor of your house, interior if there's a tornado down there. Nothing in the area right now, but we do have some very significant weather and storms forming off to their west. So they just want to make sure they have a way to get a tornado warning. Couple hours and a lot of these storms will be moving over their region. How's this looking? Okay. We're in a little bit of a... I mean, we've got some tornadoes, definitely, but radar indicate it. Nothing observed right now. No PDS. This is good. Let's let this hold for a little bit. Please. Nashville area is fine. Nashville, you guys are in a flash flood warning. You're not expected. Your tornado threat is pretty far. It's down. Your tornado threat is down a little bit. Most of the worst weather's off to the east. Woman was thrown from tornado today in Bassfield, and she survived. Jesus. I'm in Kentucky, sister in Tennessee, mom in North Carolina. The cloudy weather. During an outbreak. Let me see here. Yeah, Lynn. Yeah. I don't think the earthquake had anything to do with the storminess. Carla, POV, I appreciate you. Appreciate that. Level up Sparks. There's nothing happened. What do you mean by that, Vanity? There's plenty that's happened today. Let's just to remind people of what's going on right now. Radar indicated tornado around Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Jefferson, Alabama. Radar indicated tornado around Cannon, Tennessee, Warren, Tennessee. Radar indicated tornado around Noxubee and Kemper, Mississippi. Radar indicated tornado around Clark, Mississippi, Lauderdale, Mississippi, Jasper, Mississippi, Newton, Mississippi, and a radar indicated tornado around Wharton, Tennessee, DeKalb, Tennessee, Van Buren, Tennessee, and White, Tennessee. We do have flash flood warnings for just everywhere behind this squall line. So, some pretty decent severe weather going on. Nothing insane. We're looking at possibly inch hail, though, around Jefferson, Davis, Mississippi, Covington, Marion, Lamar, Forest, and Jones, Mississippi. We're in a kind of slow time frame right now, which is good. We've got only 3 radar indicated tornadoes right here. Again, towards McMinnville, Tennessee, just to the north of Tuscaloosa and surrounding areas, and heading towards Meridian, Mississippi. These are all kind of falling apart, but I would be in a safe place if I was around these tornadoes. But this is good to see. Again, we're watching to see if we get some things firing up here soon. We'll have to wait and see, but we're expecting some popcorn-type thunderstorms to begin firing up just into Alabama in a little bit. Yeah. Correct, Alexis. Yeah, more stable. Yes, cool air equals more stable environment. Tornadoes are, yeah. Exactly. Your parcel of air to rise and release latent heat and fuel these thunderstorms needs to be warmer than the environment around it. Once your environment and your parcels start cooling, everything starts cooling in the area. You get stability. So a lot of these areas, Nashville is just getting heavy rain. Your rain cooled air. Your temperatures are equalizing in all layers of the atmosphere, and that pulls your tornado chances down. Waterspout in Maddyville, Louisiana. Waterspout, go check it out. Potentially waterspout in Louisiana. All right, I'll look at it. Give me a second. Down here, we don't even have a severe thunderstorm warning down here. I can't even get a good radar down here. Let's look here. One second. Could be one down. It's hard to see on the radar. This looks like it could be a waterspout right here. Just to the southwest. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Just to the southwest of Madisonville. This could be a waterspout right here about to move on land. That's the signature. That's the signature right there, actually. So, wow. You're right, I think. Let's look at the rotation here on the reflectivity. Yeah, there's rotation there. If I'm in Covington and Madisonville, I might want to be in a safe area. This doesn't look super significant, but I see rotation, and this could become a tornado moving inland. That was a good call. That was a good call. You can see it on there when I go to the high res velocity right here. That's it. So let me check out. Look at the base. Right there. There it is. So heading up towards Covington, Abita Springs, Madisonville, San Bogalusa, Mississippi. So they might call that out soon. They might call that out soon. Probably should. These guys seeing this tornado? This thing started to fall apart. 1 second, guys. Come on, load.
If you're looking at Radar Omega, if you look at the velocity, you can kind of see those greens and reds coming together.
Okay, let's take a look at the velocities here. Hold up, guys. Hold up here. Oh, right here. This thing is still trying to hold on. This guy's super close to it. And of course, his thing is cut off. There it is. Man, this thing looks like it's on top of him. What is going on here? Yeah, and I can't get his feeds down. Okay. Interesting. Are they going to warn this down here? I feel like they should. That was definitely looked like a water spout to me. Yeah, right. Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, you can just, bad weather can knock out the feed, so hopefully it's just that. Do I have time to go grab food in Montevallo, Alabama? That's a good question. Do I have time to go grab food? Yes. Hurry up. Yeah, you probably have an hour. Go grab your food. I'm in college right now for meteorology, but I know the press, so I want your input. Appreciate that, PB. Getting us with meteorology, just started school for it. Yeah. Cool. You'll like it. You'll become addicted. Let's check our tornado watch up here, or tornado warning radar indicated up here. This is just to the north of McMinnville now, Tennessee, heading out east, northeast. Still a slight signature here. Let's take a look. High res velocity. It's going to be somewhere in here, heading out east towards Doyle, Tennessee. Did I say Mississippi? Tennessee. A little bit of a hail core in there as well. No, we're in a pretty good break from severe, or from SIGTORs right now, which is a good thing. Not much for me to do, but Madisonville, Covington, out of it now. Let's take a look. I think you guys might be. I was talking about that before. You guys are getting into the safer area, but as you just said that, there's a tornado warning that just went on top of your head. What bad timing to say that. You probably need an hour because you want to be back here in this stuff. But as you said that, we get a tornado warning, which is surprising. You guys have had a lot of rain over this area, but you're still getting a little bit of... this is actually where we were talking about that water spout. So let me zoom out. So they did put a tornado warning on that. These areas back here are safe for the most part. You could get a weak tornado out here. The stuff out ahead of this is a little bit dangerous. So I'd say in another hour, you guys will be looking pretty good here. But they did just tornado warn this water spout. So let's take a look. There it is. There it is right there. About to move into Madisonville right now. And up towards Covington and Abita Springs. There's not a correlation coefficient right now, but that's because it's only sucking up water. We need something bigger, hail or debris, to get a good correlation coefficient signature. So, again, be in your safe spot if you're in Covington, Abita Springs, or Madisonville, because that is moving on shore. That was a good call, PB. Let's see here. Did they extend this up here? What do we got going on here? Observe tornado. Just out to the west of Birmingham. This looks pretty strong. Look at that signature, guys. This is moving up. Okay, this is like a wildlife area. That's good. But this is moving up to the northeast towards Oakman Parish, Cordova, Dora, Sipsey, West Jefferson, Alabama. That looks like a very strong tornado. And it's observed. Here we go. Things are starting to pop off again. Laurel, let's see what's going on here. This looks like our rotation heading out right to the east directly towards Laurel, Sandersville, and maybe up towards Heidelberg as well. You guys got to pay attention there. Any correlation coefficient, any sort of debris or anything, not too much right now. Again, get in your safe spot if you're there. Observe still tornado warning heading towards Meridian. I'd still watch out for that. Oh, look at the correlation coefficient here, guys. That's a tornado right there. See how tight that correlation coefficient is? That's not hail. That's probably debris. These guys are... Oh, my God. These guys are trying to see it. Come on, dudes. They're going right towards it. Okay. Another one. Extend it for just to the northwest of Birmingham. They extended this tornado. Warning. This thing is starting to wrap up pretty nicely. Here you go. You've got a hook signature starting to form here. This is a dangerous situation heading up towards Parish, Cordova, Sipsey, and Dora, Alabama. Get in your safe spot. This is developing, and you're starting to get a debris signature potentially. So that's developing. Get in a safe spot up there. These guys are about to see this thing down here. Let's see. Look at this correlation coefficient. They're on top of it. Let's see if they can see it. They're chasing it. Come on, guys. He's losing his radar. This thing looks like it's literally right in front of them. 1 second, guy. 1 second, chat.
That's a wow. That different. Then it just got smoked.
All right, we'll go back to them in a second. See if they miss it or they get it. Let's head back down here. We are starting to see hail potentially. Let's see. Nope. Here's our new signature. Let's go to our velocity. Okay, this is looking even more significant. Madisonville. This is a good rotation here. Seriously, Madisonville, Covington, Abita Springs. This is headed right towards you, and the surrounding areas. Grand Mason. This is a good looking signature here. Look at this thing. This is moving on. Holtonville. All right, we just got an update. This thing is just to the south of Covington. Just to the south of Covington, heading towards Abita Springs. This is definitely a tornado. This is very likely on the ground. They need to extend this tornado warning out. They need to extend this out. Here it is. Straight towards Abita Springs. Abita Springs, get somewhere safe. Here we go. Another severe thunderstorm warning just to the west of New Orleans. Just to the west of New Orleans, guys. We've got some rotation in the clouds down here too, so hopefully that this doesn't turn into anything, but this is a little bit concerning to me right here. Back here as well. Just to the west of New Orleans. You could see something get pushed down in here, so. All right, we're getting a lot of things popping up. Take another look up here. Belk. This looks like we could have a tornado right here that just moved through Belk. Hard to tell if this is on the surface or not, or just spinning, or just a funnel cloud. Although we probably do have something small on the ground. I would take it seriously, though. Sometimes it's hard to tell with these radars. This is, I mean, you're getting a pretty good hook on the velocity radar here. So, again, this is heading straight towards Doyle and Sparta, Tennessee. Are they going to extend this out? Let's see. One second, guys. Okay. I might be on later, guys. NTX, Nay, Jordan, Caleb, POV. Guys, I might be on later. My son is not feeling good. He's running up a fever, starting not to feel great. So my wife's going to run out and get some medicine. I got to hang out with him. Just want to make sure he's okay. So, little kids. He's fine. He'll be fine. He's 2. They 2-year-olds, and a lot of get sick like every other week. So, yeah, everyone's sick right now. Literally, like everyone's kids and a lot of adults who I know are sick right now with the spring weather and everything. So, I'm gonna probably be back on a little bit later. I planned on streaming for the next couple hours. I'll probably be back on later. Just to quickly update everyone before I get off. This is important. Where we have tornado warnings right now. If you're in or around this area, especially observe tornado around Clark, Mississippi, Lauderdale, Mississippi, Jasper, Mississippi, Newton, Mississippi. If you're around there, we have a particularly dangerous situation. Observed tornado on the ground. Considerable damage threat. Observed tornado around Walker, Alabama, Jefferson, Alabama. Radar indicated tornado around Jones, Mississippi, Jasper, Mississippi, Clark, Mississippi. Radar indicated tornado around St. Tammany, Louisiana. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Observed tornado on the ground near Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So again, you have a tornado heading up just to the north and west of Birmingham, one towards Meridian, one out passing through Laurel into the north of Waynesboro. We've got this, which I think they're going to extend Covington, moving out towards Abita Springs, and then up towards, Popularsville, where we'll have to see if that's a long track tornado. I am concerned they did just, they extended a lot of these tornado watches down to the Gulf region. So we have to watch that area very closely. And we are expecting potentially 75 to 100 mile per hour gust in eastern Tennessee later tonight. Strong hail. We could see some big hail, some decent sized hail and strong winds up here in portions of northwestern Ohio, northeastern Indiana, and then southern Michigan as well. That's another mesoscale discussion that they were talking about. Timeline, we're going to start getting into timeline. Really, guys, this right now, we're talking about 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start pushing into near Atlanta. This is going to be at around 12 to 1 a.m. And then this is going to be closer to 5 to 6 a.m. out here. So this is kind of our timeline. So I'm concerned about the nighttime. A lot of this is going to be overnight. Have a way to get watch some warnings. I'm going to be back on a little bit later. I'm going to spend some time with my kid, make sure that he is